Hey, what's up guys, it's Diego and welcome back to the Movie Spot. Today I'm excited to finally say that we're going to be talking about my personal favorite movie, Jurassic Park. Now, I've been looking forward to covering this movie for a while now, and I say a while, but this channel has only been active for like a month. So I'm just very excited for today. We're going to be talking about something that I have done a lot of research on. For those of you who haven't watched Jurassic Park, first off, what's wrong with you? Second off, the movie is based off Michael Crichton's amazing novel with the same name. The movie itself is about a group of people including paleontologist Alan Grant, played by Sam Neill, paleobotanist Ellie Sadler, played by Laura Dern, mathematician and chaos theorist Ian Malcolm, played by the amazing Jeff Goldblum, and the lawyer Donald Gennaro, played by Martin Ferrero, who are all invited to Isla Nublar, an island in the eastern Pacific Ocean, by John Hammond, played by Richard Attenborough, brother of David Attenborough, you know, the guy who narrates all those animal documentaries. John Hammond is the creator of Jurassic Park and invited all these people to his island so that they can observe the security and safety of the park to ensure there's no potential dangers, then endorse it so it can be open to the public. This all has to happen because Hammond had to deal with some legal issues that includes the family of one of his former employees that was killed on the job by one of his dinosaurs. And now, to dissolve the legal issues and to earn back the trust of his investors, he wants professionals, or at least the closest thing to professionals when it comes to dinosaurs, to take a look at the park to make sure that there's no actual dangers. And who better than a paleontologist, a person who studies these things for a living? I mean, of course, they're more dead when the paleontologists are studying them, but I mean, again, closest thing that he could find, right? But when you throw a storm and some corporate espionage in this equation, you have yourself some dinosaur breakouts, and because of this, the survivors now have to find a way off the island without getting eaten by dinosaurs. Now, I could spend this entire video telling you guys why Jurassic Park is so great, and you know what? I think I will. I'm just kidding. Because I have a specific topic I want to talk about, we'll save that for a separate video. And this isn't going to be a typical Movie Monsters Explained video either, because today we're going to be talking about the entire history of InGen, the people behind the creation of dinosaurs. And because there's a lot of information on this, we're just going to get right into it. InGen stands for International Genetics Incorporated. It is a company that was founded by John Hammond, who had a dream of bringing back dinosaurs and eventually doing it by cloning them and placing them in a theme park that will eventually be known to all as Jurassic Park. John had this dream in the early 1980s and pursued it by setting up a research group that included top geneticists Dr. Laura Sorkins and Dr. Henry Wu. By 1985, John Hammond had enough investors to set up his corporation, which started in Palo Alto, California, but was later extended to Isla Sorna, better known as Site B. This island was part of the 5 deaths, and where most, if not all of the cloning operations took place, which successfully cloned dinosaurs that were born and grown onto this island. Throughout the 1980s, during the growth process of InGen, Hammond had the idea of constructing an amphitheater in San Diego, but later ditched the idea and instead created a whole theme park based on the dinosaurs on Isla Nublar. By 1993, the park was almost complete, but again, due to some legal issues, Hammond had to get a group of people to endorse its park to earn back the trust of his investors. But a rival company, most likely Biosyn, sent Dennis Nedry, who was a computer programmer at Jurassic Park, to steal dinosaur embryos off the island by bribing him with a lot of money. While stealing the embryos, he also disabled the security systems, which led to the breakout of the T-Rex, resulting in more casualties. This was enough for the investors to pull out, meaning Jurassic Park would never be open to the public. And while InGen managed to survive the ordeal, their stock lowered to an all-time low from around 78 to 19. And as far as Isla Nublar, by 1994, the mess from the Jurassic Park incident was cleaned up. But this was around the time a hurricane by the name of Hurricane Clarissa had struck Isla Sorna, destroying the facilities and causing the members of the island to release the remaining dinosaurs for a greater chance of surviving the disaster while they evacuated the island. And after these events, John Hammond seemed to have changed his ways and didn't want to play God anymore. Therefore, he was against the plans of starting a new Jurassic Park. But Hammond's nephew, Peter Ludlow, proposed to remove his own uncle from the office of CEO and use his amphitheater idea that Hammond initially abandoned to reopen Jurassic Park. In an attempt to make this happen, Ludlow went on an expedition to Isla Sorna with others to catch dinosaurs and bring them back to San Diego, where the amphitheater was located, but was ultimately sabotaged by another group sent by John Hammond that included Ian Malcolm. But despite their attempts to stop Ludlow, he managed to bring back one adult T-Rex and one baby T-Rex. Eventually, the T-Rex became loose into the streets of San Diego. This incident led up to Ludlow's death, and was known after that as the San Diego Incident. At this point, we're in the events of the third movie, during which InGen had already been taken over by Simon Masrani. But the discovery of the list of illegally cloned dinosaurs were discovered. Masrani was behind the cloning of at least 4 new species of dinosaurs, including Ankylosaurus, Ceratosaurus, Corythosaurus, and of course, Spinosaurus. The cloning of these 4 dinosaurs are considered violations of the Gene Guard Act. Throughout my research in this whole video, I didn't really find anything saying InGen was caught and had to face repercussions due to these acts of misconduct. But most likely because InGen did this in secret and didn't really release any of these dinosaurs to the public, they most likely got away with it, so nobody except Dr. Grant and the rest of the group that was with him in the events of Jurassic Park 3 were the only ones who actually discovered this list. And the dinosaurs themselves, obviously. But before the events of Jurassic Park 3, which took place in 2001, back in late 1997, John Hammond passes, and a close friend of his, Simon Masrani, proposes a corporate buyout to InGen, and by 1998, InGen is completely merged with Masrani Global, and the planning for Jurassic World officially starts that same year. And for those of you who are wondering about the 3 pteranodons free from the birdcage at the end of Jurassic Park 3, turns out Vic Hoskins ends up eliminating, or at least assume ends up eliminating them. The sources aren't really clear as to what happened to the pteranodons, but implies that Vic Hoskins simply took care of them, which I'm just assuming he killed them. In 2002, an InGen security team take a trip to Isla Nublar, capturing all of the dinosaurs from the events of the first movie and begin construction of Jurassic World. Construction for the park is finished just 2 years later, then opened to the public by 2005, receiving nearly 100,000 visitors in its first month. 4 years later, InGen then creates its first hybrid. And in the same year, Maisie Lockwood is cloned by Benjamin Lockwood. Then in 2012, Masrani gives the green light to create another hybrid creature, this one by the name of Indominus Rex, which is created by lead geneticist Dr. Henry Wu, who was promoted after the integration of InGen to Masrani Global. But then in 2015, the deaths and destruction caused by the Indominus Rex after breaking out of its enclosure results in the park shutting down once again. Because of this, a full investigation is launched towards Dr. Henry Wu by Masrani Global to look for any possible violations of the Gene Guard Act. By 2018, due to the damning evidence found, Wu is found guilty and stripped of all credentials. Around this time, Benjamin Lockwood, the man who worked beside John Hammond, is killed, and a portion of the dinosaurs that once resided on Isla Nublar were transferred and released into the mainland. This is because back on Isla Nublar, a once dormant and now active volcano threatened their existence. But a group of people known as the Dinosaur Protection Group is escorted by a security team sent by Benjamin Lockwood to go rescue the remaining dinosaurs on Isla Nublar before the volcano erupts, to transfer them to another island that's free of people and of course volcanoes. But as we learn later in the movie, that was all just a lie, because the real brains of the operation was Eli Mills, who was running this whole show, and manipulated Lockwood into saving the dinosaurs, but really just bringing them back to the mainland so Eli Mills can just auction them off and make a quick buck. And of course, surprise, surprise, this leads up to his death. And after all that research, after that, I could not find anything else on InGen or anything relating to InGen. I have no idea what happened with Dr. Henry Wu, and with John Hammond, Simon Masrani, and Benjamin Lockwood gone and out of the equation, I really don't know what's going to happen with InGen. I don't know if they're still trying to resurrect dinosaurs, I don't know if they slowly dissolved into nothing, I don't know if they're still going strong and just going away from the whole dinosaur creating operation. I really don't know what's happening with InGen, and based on the research that I've done, they're not really going to explain anything until the events of the last Jurassic World movie, whenever that's coming out, like in 2021, I don't know. I know this may seem like an abrupt ending, and I mean, you're not wrong, it is, because I feel like there's something out there relating to InGen and what's happening to it currently, but I still can't find anything. I'm clearly missing something here, and I just don't know where to look. So if you guys have any information out there relating to where InGen is now as of 2018, 2019, then please link it down below for me so I know where to go, to find it, and maybe I could do an update video, because I still feel like I'm missing something. I've done a lot of research on where InGen is now, and it doesn't really give me anything. So I do apologize if this ending feels very, very, again, abrupt. And throughout my entire extensive research, this is what I can find on the history of InGen. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a lot of research for a project I love doing. This was awesome. I learned so much about not just InGen, but of Isla Nublar, the dinosaurs themselves, just John Hammond as a person. I've learned so much in researching for this video the last few days than I have in the last year. In regards to Jurassic Park, that is. But that's pretty much it, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I think this is probably my longest video yet. I don't think I've ever really had a video that reached close or past 10 minutes. But, whatever. This is great. It's perfect. I usually like to keep my videos short and to the point. But when it comes to Jurassic Park, I like to nerd out a little bit. I like to really talk about it. I want to have a conversation with you guys about it. Because honestly, this movie is beautiful. I will probably do like some sort of review or just talking about it, where it went right or whatever sometime in the future of this channel. I'm not sure, because so far all I'm doing is sticking with these monster movies explained. And again, I know this wasn't really a typical movie monsters explained video. This was more like explaining the history of a corporation founded by a person who had a dream of creating dinosaurs. And I know that might not seem like a very big deal, but for someone who's a huge Jurassic Park fan, I just love learning about any history relating to Jurassic Park, and I just hope you guys do too, and I just hope you guys enjoyed this video. Well guys, I did it! I officially covered my first Jurassic Park video, and the reason why I say first is because I'm planning on doing tons more Jurassic Park / World videos sometime in the future of this channel. Probably not anytime soon, because I want to keep this channel pretty diverse when it comes to movie monsters, and I don't want to be fixated on just one topic. That being said, next week I'm going to be covering something different. And if you want to know what movie I'm going to be covering next week, well, the only way to really know is to just join me next week when I upload it. Or you could follow me on my new Twitter that I finally got around to making. Yep, that's right guys, I finally made a Twitter for the channel where I'm going to start doing official updates and just posting random movies that I may be considering or will be covering on the channel. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll put a link down in the description below. But anyways guys, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you so much for watching, and please, have a nice day.